So dig this, man. I got to give a shout out to my pastor, Pastor Daryl Arnold of Overcoming Believers Church, here in Knoxville, Tennessee, because, man, on this past Sunday, he dropped some gems he just dropped some gems. And as it pertains to impact and fulfillment, I think a couple of these gems hit the nail on the head. Welcome to Impact and Fulfillment with Coach Mike D, where you'll gain practical wisdom and dynamic insight from amazing conversations to live your best life. What's going on, y'all? This is Coach Mike D with another episode of Impact and Fulfillment. Hope y'all are having an amazing day, and I hope you're getting to it, and I hope you're making the most of this moment. So dig this, man. I got to give a shout out to my pastor, Pastor Daryl Arnold of Overcoming Believers Church, here in Knoxville, Tennessee, because, man, on this past Sunday, he dropped some gems he just dropped some gems. And as it pertains to impact and fulfillment, I think a couple of these gems hit the nail on the head. He said, I quote, "Procrastination is the murder weapon for revelation." Procrastination is the murder weapon for revelation. That's from Pastor Daryl Arnold. And it's so interesting because a lot of people struggle with procrastination. It's not that we're incapable of doing things, on time and getting to it right now. It's the fact that because we don't want to do something right now, we procrastinate. Sometimes individuals will state or mention that, they struggle with a lack of motivation. Fam, you don't lack motivation. You're procrastinating because it's not something that's currently in alignment with what you want right now. Real talk, but procrastination is the murder weapon for revelation. So if you want revelation in your life, if you want to get somewhere, if you're looking to get answers to something, procrastination is the thing that's killing you getting to that thing that you're desiring. Again, these are some powerful quotes from my pastor, Daryl Arnold of Overcoming Believers Church in Knoxville. Another one he said was, "Many of us Christians do just enough not to go to hell. We're designed to excel." Many of us do just enough to pass, right? So I can even look at it through the lens of somebody who's in a class just to pass, right? Or somebody who's on the team just to be on the team, right? You're not there to make an impact. You're not there to live out your full purpose. You're not there to win. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, you run a race. I'm getting tongue tied. You run the race to win, right? You don't get into the race just to be there, right? Okay, just to say I did it. I mean, that's fine and all, but the reality is that spills into everything that you do. If you operate with the just enough mentality, full transparency, you're going to apply just enough to everything. And then you're never going to know what it feels like to be the best. I'm going to tell you just a full transparency moment here. That's something that I personally have struggled with in my life, right? At times doing just enough. And there's a challenge or a conundrum for people who happen to be talented in a particular area. You happen to be above average in a particular capacity. You know that your 30% is better than most people's 80 or 90%. So then you start building the habit of only giving 30% because that's enough to get the job done. Like it's real talk. And I'll tell you, for me, it spilled over into my academic work, right? So in high school and below, pretty much I didn't have to work at it, right? Stuff just kind of came. You could review your notes and do well on tests, etc. But that led me to going to Georgia Tech, Georgia Institute of Technology. And when I got there, literally my freshman year, it was a complete crap show, right? Like that was the worst academic performance I've ever turned in my entire life. But the reality was I was so used to not having to work hard. I was so used to not, having to put forth the effort to excel because I was used to, hey, just giving a little bit and that little bit is enough to get by and do well, that I didn't have the habit. I didn't have the formation internally that I need to really put my foot on the gas and work at this thing to be excellent. So therefore, the result was I was not excellent. And that caused me to do so bad as a freshman that my graduating GPA, now I did graduate, which is good, but I had to work hard on the back end to balance off how bad I did on the front end. My graduating GPA from Georgia Tech was a 2.31. Yeah. It was not good at all. Now I graduated though, and thank God that well over 20 years after college, nobody asked for your GPA anymore. But that was a result of me not putting forth the effort. That was a result of me building the habit of doing just enough and not really building the habit of excelling. And it resulted in me having some challenges, right? But at the end of the day, it's all good. But again, this quote, this one, many of us Christians do just enough not to go to hell. We're designed to excel. Again, a quote from my pastor, Daryl Arnold, this past Sunday. It's another one. I'm just going to give y'all 4 quotes from him. So this is number 3. We cannot take an old mindset into a new assignment. There's an age-old statement that says what got you here is not going to take you there. Meaning at times you have to elevate things. You have to do things differently to go to different places. Now, what you did was enough to get you here, but it ain't going to be enough to take you there. Remember that. OK, remember that we cannot take an old mindset into a new assignment. Pastor Daryl Arnold. And the last one that I'm going to share with y'all, and this one really is going to cut deep for a lot of people. But yo, it's spot on. It's hard to kill a Goliath that you're still in love with. It's hard to kill a Goliath that you're still in love with. So, obviously, this is a reference to the Bible, David killing Goliath and all of that. But the reality is, it's hard to eliminate something that you're still in love with. And so when we start looking at our lives and we start looking at the issues that are not completely gone, or we start looking at issues that perpetually pop up on a regular basis, and it's a Goliath that we should have killed, but we playing around with it, the reality is we might still be in love with that Goliath. Whether it's an addiction, whether it's a person, whether it's a status or circumstance in life, whether it's an illness, it could be a Goliath that we need to kill. Overeating, right? Overindulgence, whatever the thing is, overspending on stupid stuff. If we're still in love with the Goliath, we're not going to kill it. So sometimes we need to reverse engineer what's going on and think through the process of, you know what? It really ain't the issue. It's the fact that I'm still in love with this issue. And the moment that you can cut ties with the love for that issue, whatever that Goliath is in your life, you can finally eliminate it. You can finally kill it. Like this past Sunday really just hit the nail on the head for me. And so again, shout out to my pastor, Pastor Daryl Arnold of Overcoming Believers Church in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yo, dig it. If y'all are ever in Knoxville, you might want to pop in and he'll show you, right? Like real talk. You might want to pop in on a Sunday because this was some good stuff today. But I hope this also helped you to think through the lens of impact and fulfillment. Remember, the impact is the delta of your involvement. How do things improve or how do things get worse due to your involvement? That's the impact. Fulfillment, that is that through line of joy, right? That through line of joy. Does it help you to sleep good at night? Whatever that thing is, that is fulfillment. And that is ultimately what we're all seeking, impact and fulfillment. And so I hope today's message, just quick snippets and quick takeaways that really bless me, bless you as well. And as always, make sure to grab a copy of my book, The 33 Laws of Impact and Fulfillment, via Amazon and or Audible. And yeah, make sure to follow at Coach Mike D across social media and YouTube. And until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you. Peace. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow Coach Mike D everywhere on social media. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise.